Welcome to Rich Conversations. Today, I want to talk about this concept I've applied in my life over the past 2 years. It's having conversations with my former selves. I know it sounds strange and weird, but let me walk you through it. And I think you'll see the logic behind it and how it can be really beneficial. So 2 summers ago, I met up with a friend, Kevin Tanzi, and we met up at Kite Street, which is this cool neighborhood bar at Addison and Wolcott. So I joined him. He's at the bar, and he's kind of a fashionable guy. So he's wearing a loose gray T-shirt and drinking a High Life. So we catch up with each other's lives over the next 40 minutes or so, and then we discuss our dreams, not like our life's aspirations, but our actual dreams. And he tells me that he has the same dream 2 to 3 times a year. And I'm so curious. And I'm like, what? He says, yeah, I'm in this enormous airport hangar. And he stretches his arms out wide. And it's empty, he says. But over on the other side, there's a bunch of people standing around. So I skateboard closer to them. And I realize they're all my former selves. And I'm the oldest one. And I'm just baffled. I'm like, whoa. And you had this exact same dream 2 to 3 times a year. He says, yeah. And they asked me what life is like for me now at my age. And they want to know how things turned out. And I'm just I think it's the most remarkable thing. And, it's turned into this personal kind of philosophy for me. And applying it has actually made me quite happier. I think we compare ourselves to others too much. And we measure our standing and success based on what we see from others in our age group. Grades, jobs, money, travel, family, other activities. And I think it's natural, and social media can certainly escalate this process. It can make us feel often behind or inadequate or even jealous. But comparing ourselves to others is immensely problematic because we lack information. The better thing to do is measure ourselves to our former selves. You have all the information you need. You know what you're most passionate about, and you know what your dreams are and were, and you know what experiences impacted you. You know the resources you had, and you know what unique advice you would give to your former selves. Have a conversation with your former selves, your 10-year-old self, 15-year-old self, 19, 24, whatever it may be. And I think you'll be surprised how much you've seen yourself grow and what you've learned, and maybe you need a kick in the butt. This is your life. How are you living it? The most important thing you can do is ask yourself who you are and who you want to be. And it's very challenging because you have to stop and think and reflect. The 21st century is going very quickly, and if you're not intentional or careful, you'll just get swept up in it. You can always be entertained and never bored, and you're going to experience an emptiness. I think a lot of people experience this because they don't know who they are. But once you decide on that, it's the most freeing feeling you can have. And that's what Primary Ponderings, the 3rd book of mine, is about. It's about self-acceptance, loving yourself. So once you know who you are, it doesn't matter what anybody else does because you don't want the same things as them because you are just you. There's only one of you. So you just need to decide what you want out of life. And you can find that through conversations with your former selves. What's interesting is you're the wisest person in the conversation, but you also have to have the humility to understand that next year you won't be. So there's this delicate balance of empathy and understanding. You'll realize that some of the things you're doing right now, they might seem mundane or you're jaded after, for me, living in Chicago for over 10 years. But you talk to your former self at, 13 and you say that and they're just blown away. They think it's the coolest thing ever. And all of a sudden you get this uplifting feeling. You're on this journey and there's not a destination. And you can always get better and you can always grow. Once you eliminate comparing yourself to others, your world just changes. Use conversations with your former selves as a tool for self-reflection. I hope it helps. Let me know how it goes if you try it out.